Okay, so to pick up where we left off on our last video on the flexible budget, we had started off with determining the level of activity for our flex budget. And again, we wanted it to be uh, based on actual. So if our actual sales were 7,200, then our flexible budget sales would also be based on 7,200, so that then we're comparing apples to apples. The second step was we identify costs as either variable or fixed. And that's already done here for the most part for you. However, there will be other homework problems where you're going to have to figure out which items are variable and which are fixed, but these are already given to you. So if you're not sure about what variable and fixed means, be sure to review that from chapter 18. And so then we know that sales are variable. So if for the variable items, you calculate the flex budget amount by taking the per unit amount from the original budget and multiply that times the number of units under your flex budget. So if our original budget amount was $750,000 of sales and that was based on 7,500 units, that means that we expect each unit to have a sales price of $100. So therefore, if we sell 7,200 units, we have that $100 per unit selling price times 7,200 units means we would expect to have sales dollars of 720,000. Then for our variable costs under 7,500 units was expected to be 487,500. So since they're variable, we need to figure out the per unit amount. So we do that by dividing this total amount by 7,500 units. That means that our variable cost should be $65 per unit. So therefore, if we flex the budget to 7,200, we're going to take that $65 per unit amount multiplied by 7,200 units, and that comes out to $468,000 of variable costs. But then fixed costs are different. So remember, fixed costs stay the same regardless of level of activity. So for those ones, you don't have, it's just your total fixed cost from your original budget. So from your original budget, we had $160,000 of fixed costs. Well, that shouldn't change no matter how much activity we have. Therefore, even under our flex budget of $7,200, we're going to just carry over that same budgeted amount of $160,000. So from there, now that we're comparing apples to apples, right? We have a flex budget and an actual budget. We don't even need to look at the original budget anymore because we know that that's comparing apples to oranges. Instead, now we're just going to focus on the flex budget and the actual budget. We're going to calculate new variances there. And then you can go back and analyze how would you evaluate these managers. Did the sales manager do a good job? Did the production manager do a good job? However, I'm not going to do that on the video. We will have plenty of time in class to go over a similar type of exercise, and we'll talk more about how we evaluate these managers and what we do specifically. But hopefully this has given you enough information so that you are prepared for the quiz and can start kind of applying the concepts of just how to flex a budget, how to calculate variances, what favorable and unfavorable means, so that we can really get into some good analysis in class. I will see you guys tomorrow.